What's up? It's Mazer, and today's video is going to be a very special one. As you may know, it is June, which is Pride Month. And how do I relate that to Dragon Ball in a way that's not cringe? We have the perfect duo. We have Goku Black and Zamasu. And I'm talking about these guys to ask a very important question. How gay are they? Now, realistically, you're gay or you're not. You're something else. But for the context of this video, I beg the question: who and how is gay in that relationship? Alright, so let's get into the video. Starting off with the basics. Supreme Kai, as in, them, they exist. They're Kais, blah blah blah, you know the rest. But what you probably also know is that Zamasu, Kai in training, is getting trained horribly by Gowasu. No one cares. Anyways, Goku Black says, pull up, bro. We are going to rule the cosmos together. 10 out of 10 Riz, first off. But what do? They start hugging. Alright, so this is where I say things are getting a little homo. Now, this could just be bros being bros, but at the same time, it's yourself. So, it's not bros being bros, it's more like... And here's the thing. Here's the real important thing. Zamasu sees Goku in a new outfit, but still Goku. And he says that he is another version of himself. Either way, I think it's just kind of gay right there. I think we're already getting to... They're gay, right? I think a lot of Dragon Ball fans can agree they're gay. But what I'm talking about, how gay is Goku, in Goku Black's circumstance, how gay is it to be with Zamasu? Think about it here. Think about it. Stay with me now. Stay with me. Goku Black, for one, is essentially, if they are in a couple, which we're going to assume they are, he's essentially liking himself. Which is way different than liking literally anyone else of the same gender. Stay with me now. So, if Goku Black likes himself, it's no different than you looking at a picture of yourself and saying, wow, he's got good muscles, or wow, I wonder what that looks like in my mouth. It's not any different. It's not weird, per se. You've probably thought about yourself. But in Zamasu's case, that hug and the probable secret kissing they're doing is very homo. Very, very, very homo. And when you think back to Zamasu and Goku's fight, where he's surprised and headcanon maybe a little impressed by Goku's strength, it makes you think, does Zamasu secretly like being dominated? Maybe. Or maybe he just feels, hold on a minute. Here's another level to the gayness. Stay with me now. Zamasu's always been a gay guy. But maybe, just maybe, he's also got some mental things going on with him. Think about this for a second. We can already assuming that Goku Black and Zamasu are having their own little fling. But with the added fact that Zamasu chose to take Goku's body instead of taking his power, which Super Saiyan could have done, by the way. He chose to take his body and the powers, he lost his immortality just to be in Goku's body. Means that this guy's probably he doesn't feel comfortable in his own body, which means, in some twisted, weird, fake scenario made in my head, Goku Black / Zamasu is not only gay for wanting to be in another man's body, but is probably going through some transitioning. Anyways, back to the main topic. Goku Black and Zamasu. Goku Black, I think, is a lot less gay than Zamasu in this scenario. For one, Goku Black is essentially smashing himself versus Zamasu smashing Goku. The add fact, but I will say, though Goku Black wouldn't normally be less gay, I think the fact that Zamasu chose to be in Goku Black's body does imply some gayness. More towards him anyways. So I still think they're equal, but I think what takes it to the next level is the fact they fuse, for one. I really do think that is the ultimate signifying factor of just how gay they've gotten, really. Like, for all we know, they've only held hands. But I feel like the fusion, the way they do it especially, the way they open up towards each other, I'm not playing any visuals in this one. This is just pure ramble. I can't afford to talk about this any more than I am, or think about it more than I am, because it's weird. But they do kind of push themselves toward each other. And, I mean, it's the same thing. I think Batara fusion is the gayest way to fuse. And you can take it all as one, but you're straight up just touching tips, right? Versus with fusion, with just dance, you're touching fingertips. Very different scenario. I mean, like, I think the dance could be gay. Think about fusion in like Steven Universe. It could get there, but it's not there for Dragon Ball. But for Batara, that's just straight gay. And the fact that the gods, not only does Zamasu literally say that they've used a god's technique, and he's like disgusted by it. It's like that's their thing. That's the gayness they're at. Like, that prejudice does not exist anywhere else besides with Zamasu, which means they're gay and they're proud. It's a fact. It's a fact. And what do they do when they're fighting Vegito? They yap. They talk all the time. Why would they be talking? Why do they have so much to say about their justice and how great they are, how beautiful they are? Because headcanon alert. But I have a theory, a film theory / manga theory, that they had just reached the final stage of their gayness. They're openly gay. They've come out the closet. They both have said, we're gay and we're proud. So what do? They show their proudness. They're yapping. They're saying, I am justice given form. I am the world. Why is it their world? Because they destroyed the world, because their world is a gay one. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the truth. Hold on a minute. 7 minutes into the video, we get a whole new plot line here. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, the very little amount of ladies that are watching this video, Goku Black and Zamasu are 100% homo, and they're proud. But to add on, maybe the entire Zero Mortal Plan wasn't really a Zero Mortal Plan. What if it was a zero tolerance plan? Stay with me now. It just so happens that Zamasu goes to one world with Gowasu, but then deciding he's pretty much just every mortal's just bad. He sees two mortal men fighting, and he says they're pigs, they're swines, they deserve to all die. Why does he say that? Because Zamasu, at this current period, a closeted gay man, sees this and says, these men shouldn't be fighting. They should be kissing. I am cooking, guys. And let's not forget, Goku Black takes another man's body and then goes and hugs Zamasu. But what we really see here is, if it was Zamasu kissing himself, it would take away from his whole message of allowing your love to be free. Allowing men to kiss instead of fight. That way, him kissing, then probably later on, him hugging, then later on kissing Goku Black, is actually proof, visual proof, of him and his agenda. It was never about mortals being bad for the world. It's about straightness being bad for the world. Goku Black and Zamasu are actually the best thing that's ever happened to the LGBTQIA+ community, guys. And let's not forget this other fact. Goku Black, when he transforms, he has Super Saiyan in the manga. But what we see in the anime and also in the manga as well is Super Saiyan Rose. And it's described as essentially divine energy instead of just God Ki plus Super Saiyan. That God Ki is the base, but he has this divine aura, this straight God Ki. It's like a different God Ki. What makes this God Ki different isn't that he's just a different god, it's rather that he's gay. And this is before they've come out. This is before they fuse. This is like the signs. This is him being, I would say, this is like peak Goku Black here. This is peak their agenda. because I think the zero mortal plan, or like the zero tolerance plan, is too much. That's when they've gotten to the point where they're essentially hating on all straight people. They're trying to kill everybody. I mean, technically they were before, but I think this is where they got like the most bad, I'd say. But Goku Black is expressing himself. He just likes pink. I think he chose the color pink. He does say it's a color not beautiful. He's testing the waters to see if these guys are even close to their level of gayness. He wants to decide, does he have to kill everybody? Because you can see it multiple times in the saga where he does demand respect. Like when Zamasu fights Goku, he does demand a little bit of respect. He's questioning why Goku's so informal. And we see it with Goku Black, where he's kind of like being him. You can see it. The fact that he has a British accent, you can kind of tell he demands to be superior. He just wants the respect he should have as a gay man. And that's what I'm really trying to get at. Goku Black and Zamasu are gay. And not only that, but throughout the saga, the Future Trunks saga, they've gone from being closeted to trying to express themselves to full on letting the world see. And what does it take to stop them once they've truly spread out their wings, become a god? The fusion of Goku and Vegeta try. Their gayness isn't on the level of Goku Black and Zamasu's. They are just straight gay from the get-go. Goku had a wife and then fused with Vegeta. Very big difference. Goku at one point still is married to Chi-Chi. So he was at one point straight, but obviously this changes when he meets Vegeta. They grow up romance, they're into a romance, and now they're just straight homo. They literally spend most of the time with each other, except with their wives. It's very obvious and very clear that they're just straight up, they're on that spectrum. So then we have when they fuse, that's their burning passion for each other. They have a burning passion for each other, and that's their Vegito form. That's why it takes so long to get Gogeta, because that's when they start to be with their wives more often. But Vegito is like their true gay form, as Potara is like the gayest transformation, the gayest way you can possibly interact. Now anyways, back to Zamasu. Zamasu does survive essentially Vegito, because while Vegito's passion is hot, it gets cold at some point. So they defuse before Zamasu dies, and Zamasu's gayness with Goku Black lasts long, so Fuse Zamasu is fine. They can survive the onslaught, and their half immortality, that's essentially like a euphemism, you could say, for their gayness and their acceptance of people. Alright, so I don't understand how that works, but let's just say it does, because we're running late on time. We're like 10 minutes or something, so I'm just spitballing here. Anyways, they survive Vegeta. Then here comes Trunks. Trunks, I have no idea why he exists, but he does. And for giggles and chiggles, let's just say that he's also in the closet because I don't know. Yeah, I know now. So DBZ Trunks, super straight. DBS Trunks, not so straight. You see, Princess Trunks is super feminine, but he's not. It's like you're feminine, but you're not gay, right? And this is the thing, this whole arc is really just about accepting yourself. So the whole reason why they made DBS Trunks, so I would say outwardly, like, less masculine, while still, like, he looks less masculine than Trunks, DBZ Trunks. But DBZ Trunks is 100% straight, but he still has his feminine side as well, because he is Princess Trunks after all. You have DBS Trunks, he looks less masculine, and is also happens to be a little homo, but he holds on to the belief that he is straight really hard, but he doesn't want to show it. He doesn't want to show sexuality at all, actually. If you really think about it, he blushes the moment you talk about Mai. He probably has some feelings for her, but probably not a lot, but simply for sure some. But I think where a lot of it comes from is his inability to express himself. DBZ Trunks express himself fine. He was almost willing to destroy his father for the reason of protecting like that timeline. He isn't having the issue. But Trunks becomes a whiny baby boy, where even Kid Trunks tells off future Trunks. He's simply a Weenie Hut Jr. resident. So we have Zamasu, who sadly does get hurt a lot by him because Zamasu has a weak spot towards this. At some point, Goku Black and Zamasu were both at that point where they were in the closet. They didn't let anyone see the true identity of themselves. So he does get hurt by Trunks. But as we've already known, their gaze is very strong. They reach the point where they just want the whole world to know. So they do survive in a way. They become, the world Zamasu, whatever you call it. And what it takes to finally beat them is Goku calling in Zeno. Zeno is what I can only describe as a cheat. That is your millions of just this the worst kind of people. Imagine like a bad person, and this is your guy, right? They just don't stand for any type of representation. They think June should just disappear in the calendar, or instead of Pride Month, it should be like Saiyan Pride Month or something. Like, they're just completely against these guys. So he had to shut him down. He eviscerates them. And why it happens so fast is because even though these people who pride themselves are super strong, there's just so much more people trying to crumple them down. So sadly, that does happen to Zamasu. They are instantly destroyed with the entire universe. But Toriatoro really does try to show that it took a lot to destroy this, because what happens is Zeno has to destroy the entire universe to stop Zamasu, because their gaze was so strong. If you didn't destroy the entire universe, they would not be destroyed. So it's really a beautiful message. The entire manga is a beautiful message about pride and not letting it do too much. You don't want to end up being Fusamasu. You want to be a Goku Black Rose. As you can see in the arc, Zamasu slowly accepts himself. He slowly becomes who he wants to be. But as we know from Guasa's horrible training of him, he does view straightness as just wrong within itself. And what happens is, when they get to fuse Zamasu, they take it too far. They've gone beyond what is necessary in being happy. Their happiness comes from destroying other types of relationships' happiness. So it's beautiful writing, really, on par with the best like JoJo's or Berserk. Truly peak writing all along the board. Beautiful messaging. And to answer the question, because I really did just sort of give you a whole different thing, honestly, from the first 30 seconds of the video. To answer the question of how gay is Goku Black and Zamasu, I would say it depends on whether or not you believe anything I just said. But I would say so, yeah. They are pretty gay. Pretty gay, I would say. But it's really an arc of how gay they get. Beginning of the arc, not so much. Or at least they're in the closet about it. You don't see it as much. It's hard to make the case. But at the end, it's for a fact. That's how they are. So that's gonna be the video, guys. That's an upload in the books. Share this to your friends. Share this to everybody. Like the video if you want more of this type of content of me just yapping and me not putting a lot of work in, so I don't have to think about it too much. Because the only thing that needs to be done is in the yap. Thank you, subscribe. We're at 200 subscribers. That's a lot of guys, man. It's a lot of classrooms, because classrooms are places where a lot of people are in. Well, I guess if you're in college, it's not a lot of classrooms. It's like one or two, really. Well, it depends on the classroom. Really, it depends on the college campus. Because I've seen some pretty small college campus classrooms. So, anyways, that's gonna be the video. Cha cha, real smooth.